It's very nice that we are all back to school, and even in this format that became actually quite usual for us. And I propose you today to guess, what are we going to talk about? Look at the picture, please, and think. Well, you don't need a lot of time because the answer is obvious. We will talk about science. And in particular, the topic of our today's lesson is discoveries and inventions. So, science and its achievements is a very and extremely important part of our everyday life. And today we will learn how to speak about it in English. To prove how important it is, just imagine one day without one little thing, your cell phone or mobile phone or smartphone, call it as you wish, and let's add internet to it. Did you imagine it? How do you think? Would it be easy to live one day without a phone? As for me, it could be extremely harsh, and I don't consider myself to be an addicted person. So, to feel comfortable and free speaking about technical progress, so doesn't want to work. So we need to learn a few words. For you, it will be very comfortable to scan the QR code, and I will follow the link. If it wants to, of course. Which is quite uncomfortable for me that it doesn't want to work. Let's try like this. So, we have little technical problem, but we know that most words that we use is invention, which is винахід. Ні, doesn't want to. Не хоче?
Не хоче.
Так, але чомусь так воно сьогодні.
Так, трохи технічних проблем.
Yeah, technical problems sometimes happen. This is the problem of technical progress too. So, okay. Excuse me, I will do like this. Okay, you see, I know how to use it sometimes. So, to learn the words, yes, the Quizlet. Okay. Anyway, let's do it like this. As far as I know the words, yes, I can tell them to you. So, to talk about the technical progress, we use such words as invent, винаходити, and invention, винахід. We use the word discover and discovery, which means відкривати та відкриття. Very popular such words as theory, теорія. Так? Тож, you also can use words observe, наблюдати. Так само, when you will have time to join the Quizlet.com, which is also a kind of a discovery that just made me uncomfortable feel, you also can join such kind of a homework like on vocabulary.com, where you can master the words and learn how to use words and definitions of these words, and not only that translation. It's like for upper levels, people who want to master and who want to develop English better. So, I named such words as to invent and to discover. Are these words the same? How do you think? Okay. To know how to use them correctly, let's look at these two sentences. The first sentence is, scientists discovered a new planet in our solar system. And sentence number 2, scientists invented a new super-fast electric car. How do you think? Which sentence gives us some new and unknown before information about already existing thing? So, how do you think? Very good. It's sentence number 1, because our solar system exists quite for a long time, yes? A new planet was just discovered, but it existed. And what sentence is about something extremely and completely new that has never existed before? Okay, you know the answer, yes? It's answer number 2, sentence number 2, because this car has never existed before. So, to sum up, yes, we can say that to discover and to invent, these words have very similar meaning, but we use to invent when we create, design, or develop something extremely new that was never discovered before and has never existed before. For example, yes, Alexander Fleming discovered a mold that has prevented the growth of bacteria, and another scientist invented the drug penicillin. Also, you can use invent in meaning to make up something. Very popular kind of sentence would be, my student invented a story about losing his homework, and I believed it. Interesting, how often do you do this? And word discover, yes? It has the meaning of finding some new and unknown before information. For example, gold as a natural resource has been discovered in Australia in 19th century. Okay, to practice, yes, and to understand that we know the difference between the invented and the word discovered, let's try to insert the correct answer. You would need to choose answer A or answer B. So, sentence number 1. Okay, as science reports the measurements of the temperature of a new, invented, or discovered planet to be minus 0.8 degrees. So, the answer, of course, discovered. Yes, we saw it on the example. Sentence number 2. Kai invented or discovered some excuse about having a headache. This is like about the homework, you know, the invented. Yes, the answer would be invented. Number 3. Theremin, the weird electronic instrument that provided soundtracks to 1950s science fiction movies. How do you think? A or B? Of course, it's A. It's always A because it's something new that has never existed before. The next sentence, number 4. The geodesic dome was invented or discovered by Buckminster Fuller in 1947. Again, yes, it has never existed before, so we will choose invented. Number 5. The basic information they needed had been invented or discovered more than 2 centuries before. Know that information has existed before, yes? So, what would be the answer? B. Discovered. Fantastic. Number 6. Only after users invented or discovered the flaw and began discussing it on the internet did Intel admit the problem. So the problem was, users discovered this information. Sentence number 7. It was proven that one witness's story has been invented or discovered. This is the same as about the homework. So the witness just invented the story. And the last sentence may be the easiest. Television was invented or discovered in 1920s. It didn't exist before, yes, so it is invented. Very good. One more thing left for us to discuss today is word formation. In English, so as in Ukrainian, sometimes it's enough to know only one word to change it into different part of speech. For example, if you know the name of a subject or a study, you can easily transform this word to an expert person who is engaged in this sphere by adding suffixes. suffixes like ist or ian. So from the science biology, we get the expert biologist. And from the science history, there is a historian who gives us all the information about this subject. This is not the only thing that you can do when we talk about word formation. You can change, you see, yes, noun to a different noun. You can transform verb to noun or noun to adjective, or even change the meanings of the word to opposite by adding prefixes. So let's look closer, yes? Sometimes when we change verb to noun, we don't even make any changes. So as the verb to sleep and the noun sleep, you just use it as it is. But such words as create, pollute, invent, they need the suffix "tion", and you get the word creation, pollution, invention, or very popular word collection. Yes, we use it very often. If you want to show a process, that this is some kind of a process, you should add ing suffix. It would be like train, yes, and training. This is the process while you're doing some maybe workout or training a lesson, for example, anything you want. Very popular and very often you can see the verb to develop, yes? And to make a noun from it, you need to add ment, development, achieve, achievement. So it's the same. To move on to adjectives, yes? For example, if we have a word volcano, the adjective would be volcanic. Same as danger, dangerous. All those words are very familiar to you. So now you just know how to make them up and where it comes from. Also, yes, very often we see powerful, yes, which means full of power, or peaceful, full of peace. This is kind of a hint for you when you form some new word. And this is like super easy and super familiar. You see it almost every lesson, I guess, in every single text. The verb usual, to make it opposite, let's just add prefix on, and you will get unusual, or unhappy from the word happy. So it was kind of not a new information, but we revised it, and now I hope you really remember it and learn it by heart when you will do your homework. So now a little practice again to make sure that you can remember everything and know how to use. In sentences, yes, have been warning us about the effect of global warming for many years. What would you choose? Science, scientist, or scientists? Here is a tricky question actually. You need to choose answer C because verb have only used with plural. In sentence 2, if you plan your journey carefully, you will have an forgettable, unforgettable, unforgettable time in India. It really connects with the topic of the lesson, so we talked about only one prefix. So yes, the answer is B, unforgettable. Sentence number 3, the book contains a collecting, collectivity, collection of studies from 3 decades. Easy. Collection, even in Ukrainian, the word is very similar. In sentence number 4, what should we insert? Sailing, sail, or sailor brought the plague to Europe from Asia. There was a process, yes? So we will choose the answer A, sailing. In sentence number 5, what would be the right answer? The mystery, mystical, or mysterious creature has not been sighted for over a week. Yes, nice. We talked about this ending, so there would be answer C, mysterious. And the last 2 sentences, there have been a great number of developments, develops, developings in many fields of research. So what would be the answer? It was in our table, so probably you will remember it. It's, yes, A, developments. And the last, when they got to the top of the mountain, they made a remarkable discoverment or discovery. We all heard the word discovery. Yes, this is the topic of our lesson. So, the last thing we need to talk about is, of course, homework, because we need to practice the skills and the words and everything you've heard today. For you, it will be very comfortable to scan the QR code and do the homework. So, for today, I want to say thank you for your attention. I hope it was useful for you and have an awesome day. Goodbye.